Pokemon Emerald. Kaizo. Widely regarded as one of the hardest Pokemon ROM hacks in existence. And I beat it! Now, I didn't nuzlocke this because if I did, this video would probably be out by like 2040. But anyway, Emerald Kaizo is a modified version of Pokemon Emerald. In this game, the battles are significantly more challenging, which means you won't be able to charge through the game with your overlevel starter, as I know some of you do. You have to actually think and plan out your battles, which is something I rarely do. So, this will be fun. Anyway, let's get into how I, a casual player, beat Pokemon Emerald Kaizo. I begin by picking my starter. At first I chose Torchic, but after thinking about it for a little bit and looking it up on Google, I decided to choose Trico because I thought that I could benefit from Sceptile's speed a little bit more. After picking my starter, I did some training, then took on the first trainer. And I lost. Like a lot. So I caught a Charmander and fixed that problem. After defeating the first trainer and dealing with some stuff in Petalburg City, I caught a Routes and didn't really intend on using it, then caught a Tailo because of Guts. Guts is an ability that boosts the Pokemon's attack if inflicted by a status condition, and Facade is basically Guts, the move basically. So a Swallow with Guts would be really good to have on the team. After growing my team and losing to a Fisherman for about 10 minutes, Red challenges me to a battle, which I spent almost 20 minutes on, oh my goodness. While taking consecutive L's from Red, I caught a Fanfy and started to consider using rare candies instead of just grinding my team as a time saver. At first it kind of felt like cheating, but after thinking about what I was going to have to go through and what I've already went through, I was like, why not? So instead of picking a Pokemon to use for a certain battle, grinding it up, and battling, I could just plan, feed it rare candies, and then go get destroyed by the nearest trainer. After defeating Red, I challenged Roxanne, and while it wasn't terrible, it was still very annoying to deal with. I was able to make counters for some of her Pokemon, but her Leap is just a pain in the ass. And it's not even the first time. Literally, these two Pokemon always find a way to just make me wanna yippee off of a building. So, after all of that struggling, I finally got my first gym badge. After defeating Roxanne, I fought a bunch of trainers, saved Pico, and caught a Elekid. Then made a mistake. I was aware that there were level caps in the game, but I thought that it would work like Radical Red. See, since in Radical Red, once you reach the level cap, you get like 1 experience after winning a battle. So I thought the level caps would just be self-implemented since I just went online and downloaded the ROM. So because of that, I had a Donphan that was way over the level cap and continued to use it until I decided to box it later down the line. I arrived on Dewford Island and defeated Brawley. Damn, he really a pushover in this game too? After defeating Brawley, I had to solve the Granite Cave puzzle, which isn't in the original game, and it's an ice puzzle. How could you do this? After completing the ice puzzle and talking to Steven and fighting a bunch of trainers, I arrived in Slateport City. After doing some story stuff, I start making my way to Slateport. What? What the? Do I know how to type? I make my way to Mauville City. In normal Emerald, I usually make a right here and battle all of the trainers, but after realizing what game I was in, I said, nope, I'm going this way. While making my way through Route 110, my Brendan, oh my goodness, Brendan challenges me to a battle, and I actually beat him first try. No, I didn't. It took 2 tries. After beating Brendan, I arrive in Mauville City and challenge Watson. It was not fun. It was like solving a problem in your life, and then another one just pops up out of nowhere. Like, what is this? If I started with Eli, Watson's Jolteon would just spam hidden power and weaken Ellie to the point where the next Pokemon could just take it out. And then out goes the plan. His Lantern is just hard to deal with. His Manectric is fast and knows Flamethrower for some reason. His Electrike is fast and strong, and his Raichu knows Surf. How do you even get your hands on that? It can't even learn Surf. But after lots of trials and errors and frustrations, I beat Watson. All I had to do was make sure that Ellie was well enough to take out the Manectric, Raichu, and Electabuzz, and to be honest, that task was hard enough itself. After defeating Watson, I caught an Absol on Route 112. Then I had to defeat Red again, which was a lot harder this time because of his Snorlax. After defeating Red, I caught a Slowpoke, mainly because I saw a tier list of the best Pokemon to use, and Slowbro was in the S tier. I'm not going to use only Pokemon in the S or A tiers because that kind of takes the fun out of it, but if I was nuzlocking in the game, then that would probably be the only thing I would be doing. After catching Slowpoke, I caught a Mankey in order to take on a Flannery. I was trying to get the Pog Mankey, as it's called throughout the community, which has to have a good speed and attack IV, but the strategy to get it seemed too complicated and I wasn't trying to do all that, so I just caught a random Mankey. After losing to some more story battles, I arrived in Lava Ridge Town and challenged Flannery and this battle was atrocious. This battle had me on the edge of my seat, and I was so locked in that I forgot to record it when I beat her. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't. Shorty ain't getting no screen time in my video. After defeating Flannery, I went back to Petalburg City to challenge Norman. Now, in this version of Emerald, his slacking is actually a threat. That's because on the first turn, since it's a double battle, Espeon uses Skill Swap, which takes away Slacking's Truant. And with these stats, it'll be like taking back shots from Groudon. Bro, be for real, bro. My bad. So in order to counter this, I brought a Granbull and a Medicham. The Medicham will use Fake Out to prevent Espeon from using Skill Swap. And if the Granbull doesn't faint, which has already happened like 5 times already, it will take out the Espeon with Shadow Ball. Then the Medicham will take out the Slacking. So that's phase 1. Now on to phase 2. Making Boom Booms. It's the last 2 Pokemon, Snorlax and Tauros. But it's just Snorlax now because we ain't here for Tauros. And then... What the fuck? So yeah, freak you, Pops! After defeating Norman, I caught a Spheal on Route 106. Then, after dealing with Team Aqua in the Weather Institute, running back and forth from the Weather Institute to the Pokemon Center, and defeating my rival, I finally arrived in Fortree City. I wouldn't say this battle was as bad as Norman, but it was still pretty bad. The reason for this is because she has all 3 legendary birds. Like, who needs this much firepower on a team? So here's what I did. I brought in Last Resort and Turbo the Macargo. I used Psychic on the Aerodactyl so that I could KO both it and the Zapdos, since the previous attempts the Aerodactyl was able to live an explosion from full health. Then I sent out Luffy and Joe and made easy work of the Flygon and Crobat. Moltres takes itself out with recoil damage, then I finish off the Articuno with Turbo, getting the 6th gym badge. After watching Archie rob an old lady for the red orb, I'm sorry bro, why do you need a whole squad to rob an old lady for the red orb? Are you that scared of her? Anyway, I deal with some more story stuff and defeat a sun boosted Maxie. Oh my gosh, why did I do this? After beating Maxie, I arrived in Mossdeep City and challenged Tate and Liza, which actually wasn't that bad because once you got rid of the Latios and Latias, you're pretty much set. But since I didn't know that, this battle took like an hour and a half. Since Latios and Latias' defensive stats are very bad, all I had to do was use Explosion and KO them both at the same time. But here's the thing, the Pokemon that I have been using for the sole purpose of blowing up is slower than the Latis, who could easily OHKO with Hidden Power Fire. So after looking up how to beat Tate and Liza, I got a Glalie who can outspeed and OHKO the Latis. Then I caught a Banette so that I wouldn't have to sacrifice a vital team member, and it's also good against psychic types. And after executing this plan to perfection, I beat Tate and Liza, but forgot to record it. Bro, relax. It's not that deep. And taking Liza's down. Was I not recording? I'll do the whole fight again. Oh, I forgot to record. Alright. After getting my 7th gym badge, I fight through the Team Aqua hideout and defeat Archie, who was rain boosted. Ooh. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Bobo. Oh god, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you, man. Yeah, cause havoc. I don't care. You can do whatever you want now. See, it's battles like this that just make me glad I'm not Nuzlocking this game. Because that Nuzlocke I did 2 years ago in Fire Red put me through enough. And I ain't doing it again. Especially with this game. After beating Archie and watching him piss off Kyogre and, you know, basically about to destroy the world, I went to Sootopolis City. Yo, guys, chill out, man. This isn't you. Kyogre, this isn't you. Groudon, this isn't... Yeah, that's not working. I went to the Cave of Origin, where Wallace tells me to go to Sky Pillar to get Rayquaza to calm down Groudon and Kyogre. Bro, obviously Jordan would beat LeBron in a one-on-one. Have you lost your mind? You do realize that Braun was way better than Jordan in his prime, right? He came back from a 3-1 deficit against the 73-9 Warriors. You know, the same team that beat the Bulls record in 96? Jordan would have done it in 6. You are crazy. Like, I cannot believe Arceus actually made you. Nah, gang, I can really say the same for you right now. Like, what are you, freaking mad? Like, come on now. No way, these two still arguing about this. Right in the middle of stroking my thing, too. Like, I ain't trying to deal with this. I done told y'all. So stop all this damn yelling. My fault, bro, my fault. My fault. Damn! Once the conflict settled, I went to go challenge Juan. And Wallace. Yeah, as if this game couldn't be any more difficult. Y'all, the amount of times I've been caught lacking by double battles is a lot more than I care to admit. Alright, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Juan. Why does no one tell me it's a double battle? Basically, the same strategy that I used for Archie, I used for Juan, getting my final gym badge. Wait, stop. Let's go. Oh my gosh, we got all the gym badges. After getting my final gym badge, I arrived in Evergrande City. While clearing out the Victory Road, I had to fight Wally, which I hated every second of. Honestly, I was just expecting to destroy Wally's team with ease until he sent out his Chansey. I have never seen so much evil come out of a smile ever in my life. After finally defeating Wally and going through Victory Road, I arrived at the Pokemon League. I did a bunch of team prep and strategizing until I put together what I thought to be the best team suited for the final challenge. And you know we got your boys Ram, Hobie, Jollibee, Fourtooth, Tonka, and the OG himself Gex.
Gecko Chop, baby, yeah!
First up was Sydney. I took out his Sableye with Ram, his Machamp with Fourtooth, his Jolteon with Hobie, his Houndoom with Jollibee, his Tauros with Fourtooth, and his Alakazam with Tonka. Next was Phoebe and, oh my gosh, man, double team. That's all I gotta say, double team. Literally, on one attempt, I paralyzed her Sableye and it just kept moving. Like, what? That had me looking at my screen like, what the fuck? Next was Glacia, which I forgot to record, but she was the easiest one out of all of them. Next was Drake, and I hate this guy. His Salamence and Dragonite combo were just, oh my gosh, man. Who made this game? And what's even crazier is that he had legendaries on his team, and I locked him up. But anyway, I take out his Latios with Tonka, then Oko his Tyranitar with Jollibee. Salamence KOs itself with Draco Meteor damage, and I take out his Kingdra and Dragonite with Fourtooth, then his Latios with Tonka. Finally was Steven. His Metagross tries to catch me off guard with Explosion, but little does he know that that has happened to me enough times already to not see that coming from a mile away. I take out his Mewtwo and Deoxys with Tonka, Oko his Starmie with Gex, take out his Aerodactyl with Hobie, then his Jirachi with Jollibee. Finally completing my Emerald Kaizo run. Freedom! So yeah, that's exactly how I, a casual player, beat Pokemon Emerald. This was definitely a very time-consuming run, if you couldn't tell. And one that required a lot more than a fire, water, grass Gordon, that's for sure. Most times I just catch 6 Pokemon and just run with it, but this game, I actually had to have a lot more depth with my team. Which was okay, considering that the first 3 generations of Pokemon aren't really suited for runs like this. But hey, it is what it is. Thank y'all for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night depending on when you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!